Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Monday night, it's 7 o'clock, and I am here for mental mind treatment. Now, as usual, what I do is pick, I don't know if I've ever shown you the cover of this. It's a God Insight box. I've had them for years. Actually, I lost them at one point, and I managed to, one of my students at the time went and found me another box. This one today says, Love Your Mother. I treat the earth, the land that nurtures me, with love and respect as I treat myself. The backside says, I nurture myself with happy thoughts, loving friends, and beautiful surroundings. And actually, on Sunday, I was talking how beautiful our world is. And also, I just picked up two little angel cards. Well, I went for one and I ended up having two. And one is birth, and the other is exploration. And I thought that was very interesting when we're talking about loving the Mother Earth in particular, and the having and recognizing the birthing of what goes on in our world, of situations and love within ourselves, and exploring that. And I know for my own self, excuse me, I've got water. I've had a little bit of a cough the last couple of days. So I've got my water sitting here, and Kleenex is over here so that we're all going to be really ready. I have a list of people who have sent me some stuff already, which I'll get back to. But Marion says, Good evening, Norma, and blessings to all, which she is always so gracious with that. And she does have a Tibetan bowl that she usually plays while I'm doing this. So, yeah, so that it helps the vibration, helps the healing, and everything works really well from there. Karen, congratulations. Oh yeah, I am thrilled. I finally hit 500 subscribers. And I put something out on one of my Facebook pages because I was so excited. And I know that they change. Some people describe and other ones come in, but it's kind of what would you call it? Just a place where now hopefully we'll go on from there. So I'm really excited about that. And she says, I would love a treatment for developing a more loving attitude towards myself. Oh, yeah, don't we all? It's so easy to go into judgment, you know. I often think of that. I had to really work over the years to let go of judgment, not only of especially myself, but also of everyone else. So, Karen, loving towards self. Do you have numbers for me, Karen? No. Do you want to put some numbers in? Oh, yeah, there she is underneath. I didn't look down far enough. 12, 8, 22. Because what I pick up more than anything is a little bit of what they would call static on the line. Like it's like almost to the point of it's too good to be true. So I'm kind of looking for whatever. Like what is this? It's too good. It's too good. So um yeah, I just got to deal when I start talking this mucusy stuff kind of holds up a bit. Now, the three numbers 12, 8, and 22 boils down really to just acceptance of what is, and knowing that you are able to balance the things that you like or you don't like. And there is a little bit of a problem with sometimes what it shows here, how I drew it, is that with the above, how to implement that into the essence, because this is about faith, whether it's faith towards loving yourself, faith for moving forward, faith for recognizing that you are so looked after. So let's just do that treatment then. Divine essence, mother, father, son is one. Starting off a little differently. I know that as I speak my word for Karen, that the lovingness that she has for herself grows. It's like with every breath that she takes, it grows, and it lets go the fear and also the self-recrimination that has come from many, many, many years. It is like going right down and, as I say, pulling the plug, pulling that program that says I'm never good enough, or I can't do it good enough, or I can't create well enough, or whatever, how those thoughts come into the mind, and the letting go of those and allowing that to really embrace that life is a lot about balancing. And when we talk about loving ourselves, I really think a large part of lovingness, I don't know what that's up there. You won't see that, but I do. Um, the lovingness, excuse me. Yeah, I was in a different realm, and all of a sudden, I look at my computer, and it's got a little thing up there. It's gone now. The lovingness of self. Sometimes we are not used to that. Like, oh no, that wasn't what I was going to say. What I was going to say, the whole thing about loving is acceptance. I think the major thing is acceptance of yourself, acceptance of what is. You cannot change anything until you accept it totally. And it's in the acceptance of totally understanding it that everything begins to move forward and the self love comes really, really well. Now, I know that Karen is ready to move forward step by step, working with a vibration of loving towards yourself, because then comes the loving of others. And so everything begins with the self and the movement of the self through. I give thanks in the knowing that Karen is at this point moving in and being the loving element for herself and growing and having faith that no matter what it looks like, that she'll be able to move forward with great ease and love and light. I give thanks for this, knowing that it is true, that it is happening, and that all is well. And I release this thought, knowing that it is true for Karen, that all is well. I'm just going to breathe down a little bit before I go to my ones that I had sent earlier. Lisa Marie, hello, how are you? I'm just going to read in a moment. Okay, I would love treatment for 9, 15, and 17. We are moving to a new town April 1st into a beautiful little home in nature. Oh, that sounds nice. This requires major downsizing. I'm feeling some of the fear around the move. Okay. Well, one thing when we look at your numbers, the thing is that the number 9 really just tells me the answer lies within inside you. It's like you know your answer, you know what you're doing, you know what's planned. And the 15 is the fear, the emotionality. Oh my goodness, what if this happens? What if that happens? And I feel very kind of agitated, like it's like, but it says, relax. You've made your decision. You've made the commitment. You made the direction that you want to go in. And it's just about balancing and recognizing, oh, that's a fear thought. Well, we shall, my freeze, evaporate, replace. We'll let that go and we will move forward. So in the treatment, I just say, as I know that there is one power and one essence that is with us all, if we allow it in, the lovingness of self is so important. And it's as we embrace that and know that we're always in the right place at the right time, everything adds to us. Even if we don't particularly like it, it's still adding to our awareness and our knowledge. And trusting, I feel the need here is I want to sprinkle trust dust. Just breathe in trust and breathe out fear. Breathe in the trust and breathe out fear, and know that you are so loved and so supported that the transition will be balanced, will be easy, because you know what it is you want. Just stay focused on that and allow the universe to guide you in the direction that you need to bring satisfaction and ease. And I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks as I release that, knowing that it is true and done. And so it is. Okay, Murray. Hi, Murray. I love you. You said something, I think, earlier up here. I'm just coming. I don't have Qigong tonight, so I can be here. Wonderful. And it's always a pleasure to have you. And Kayla, I'll come back to you in a minute. So, Murray. Okay, 6, 12, and 18. Okay, it might be just the time of what's going on out there. then you just want to see, no, I got the 6, not the 66. It wouldn't matter. I would have made it a 6. Although 66 is a 12, which is a 3. What I see here is that I'm going to sound a little cautionary, because a lot with the 6, more in the lower arcana, because the 6 itself is confusion. I just feel you're putting out a lot of energy. And the key here is for you to conserve some of that for yourself, to accept where people are at, and sometimes they have to do for themselves, or accept you when you're a bit tired, that you're tired, so that you're more in balance. Because what seems to be happening, the 6 and the 18, is just these little offsetting. I feel, that game that you kind of have a round thing and they have a board on it and you kind of balance. I know that looked a little weird, but so you're striving for balance. And what I'm seeing here is the acceptance of you being paramount, that you need to look after you. And that's what I want to treat for. I know in the one power and the one essence that Maureen knows the law, she knows the love, she knows everything, but she also doesn't quite know that she must also look after herself so she can do the work she wants to do, so that she is balanced and able to contribute as she does, because she does. But I feel it's just, I want to tile it back so that you're replenished and don't feel tired or upset or off. It's like edgy. It feels, when the chalk is on the chalkboard or something like that, or squeals, it feels jarry, and your energy is never jarry to me at all, ever. So I just say, relax, look after you, and then you'll be able to look after all the others that you do. And I know, as I release this thought, knowing that it is done, and I release it with gratitude and love and light, knowing that you will take care of you so that you can take care of others, but that you're not just taking care of whatever and wherever and what's going on. Okay, I had Kayla up here. Okay, I'm going to Kayla. But before I do that, because I've got several here. Some of you will remember Judy from Colorado. She emailed me. Her brother Jim has cancer, and basically they've sent him home from the hospital. And so and Judy can't be with him, so she phones him every day. But he's a little bit concerned of making the transition. So she just basically said, she wanted a treatment for ease in passing over to the other side. Or you could say the transition from physical form to non-physical form. I picked the numbers that came to me, I should say. It wasn't like I picked them, but that came to me was 13, 15, and 3. And it's like the transition is happening, but there's fear about it because usually most people aren't told how to transition or not what to expect and things like that. But actually, it's a loving sense that is going to happen. So I'm just going to have the treatment for that, ease of transition. By the way, I did give Judy some information for her to pass on to her brother. Knowing that there's one power and one essence, and knowing that when Jim is becoming towards the end of his breath of life here, that there is a peace, there is an ease as the helpers that help in the transition come. And in that, he can feel the love and the support and the ease of letting go of earthly things and allowing himself to move into where there is family waiting, where there is other people's waiting for his presence, so that he can make such an easy transition that it's almost like a party to me. So it's like we let go of all the fear, we let go of everything. And I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks in knowing his transition will be easy, in grace, and that he will be almost excited with who he gets to see again. I give thanks in this knowing as I release this for Jim by saying, and so it is. Amen. I'm going to do also a treatment for diamond, which basically we've been doing now for some time. I'm going to, like, what I picked on the numbers was 3, 17, and 21, which is stay in the loving force and balance everything out. And there's a lot about balance, keeping the balance and not like getting unbalanced. So what I was, my sense is to accept what is and be present in the now. See, I know that this one power in one essence always adds to us. But when our mental mind begins to work and take over, very often we become unbalanced. We don't see the big picture anymore. We look at the little pictures and we react to that. I know that Diamond has the ability to become quiet inside and know that the highest and best, even if we cannot see it, is always taking place. And even as I close my eyes and say this, I have a beautiful purple, violet, whatever we want to call it, light that's here saying that there is a lot of presence and a lot of help for her. And it's just to accept and just be present in the now and let the future take care of itself, knowing that always the best is being played out, even though we don't like it, we don't want to accept it, but that is one of the spiritual truths. So I released this thought, knowing for Diamond, especially that beautiful lemon, it's gone now, but oh, it was so gorgeous. And so we just allow it by saying, as we release by saying, and so it is, amen. Also for this Kayla's son, I got, again, 17, 12, and 5. 17 is all about balancing what you already know with what into the physical world. Actually, I don't always explain that, but it is. It's about you've gained as a soul and you gain knowledge and awareness. And so it is important to we balance that. And then to accept that we know what we know and not get confused or uncertain about things. And I wrote down to accept and relax in the present as the future unfolds. So I speak my word for Jason and knowing that there is a lot of knowledge here that to me is bordered off and very tight, very kind of, sorry for the grunting, but that's how it felt. And that it needs to relax. So I'm going to drop in some of my, which I use in my transformation work, my little elixir I have to help break things down so I can clear energy away. Just to let him relax and begin to trust that life and the future unfolds for his highest and best. Sometimes we forget everything that is acting or happening is for our highest and best because we don't like what's happening. And that's one of the, you might say, lessons as a human that we learn is to be able to accept and relax in the present. And so as I speak my word here, it's like a letting go of a mountain, oh, well, a huge ball, a mountain of frustration and unfulfillment. There's an unfulfillment aspect in here. And the letting go so that the knowledge that he knows can emerge. The awareness that he knows emerges and integrates back with him. So his eyes see differently. So his heart feels differently. So there is a tremendous sense of recognizing that the highest and best for him is always being activated, even if he can't see it and doesn't like it. So it's to relax and trust the process. And I know it's not always easy to trust the process. I've been there myself. But it's like when we do, when we allow the love in, totally in, and we trust the process, our dreams begin to unfold in a way that we never thought possible. I give thanks in the knowing this. I give thanks in knowing that as the acceptance and the relaxing in the present comes, everything unfolds for his highest and best. And so I release this thought with great gratitude by saying, and so it is. Amen. And I have one here for Kayla herself before we move on to some of the others down here. For Kayla, I've got 20, 12, and 8, and I wrote, the universal energy of love fills you with love, strength, and energy. This is all about acceptance. It's sort of like letting go and just letting the love come in and fill you up as you accept it, and then can utilize it out into the world in a little bit. I want to put you and Murray a little bit in the same boat here, keeping the energy flow gentle and easy. Anyway, picking my word for Kayla, I know that the universal energy of love fills you with love for yourself. It fills you with strength, and it fills you with energy to do what you need to do. Maybe not what you choose to do, but what you need to do. I really feel it's like being in a hammock and being, when you're in a hammock. I don't get into them because it's for me, but I know. And it's like, it feels like it's rocking. And in the rocking of the hammock, what happens is great relaxation. And in the great relaxation, what begins to happen is, because I've got my head down, my eyes kind of closed, is that I begin to see, it's like a sunrise. I begin to see in a different way. I begin to see even colors differently. And it's like my heart opens up and I embrace and I'm refreshed. That's it. It's kind of like I'm refreshed. So give yourself a little bit of time. Let the universal love energy just fill you up, and just look at the horizon and know that it's all fresh, and you will be filled with not only love, but strength and energy. And so as I release this, I know that it's true. It is done by saying, and so it is. Amen. And many blessings to you. I'm just going to make sure here I had to catch up with my back work. Alice Judah's Healing Hand says hi, and hi back. Jason says hi. A treatment for my soul growth, please. And that is numbers. Let me go through things. 16, 12, and hang on. Is that right? No, that's Jason. Jason, hang on. Sorry. I know I had to let it go a little bit. So the numbers, I'm not on the right line. 4, 7, and 12. Okay. Soul growth. I'm laughing a little bit because, when we ask for soul growth, sometimes it's like hanging on a little bit. I'm just looking at this going, those numbers. This is about letting go, Jason. It's about, you've got a vision or you've got an idea that this is how everything is. This is how it works. But it says you need to let go of that, of those parameters, and accept the new. And the new is kind of a little bit all over the place how it feels. Because when we're looking for soul growth, when we want soul growth, what ends up happening is that the universe says, oh, okay, you want to learn, you want to grow in your soul. And basically, and it's like having the kitchen sink sometimes thrown at you a little bit. And really, that's what I see here is that in this next, let's say 6 weeks, and I hope you check in next Monday, we can check on that. But it's like when you have a rigid viewpoint of how it's supposed to be or what it's supposed to look like, believe me, I'm going to watch my language, but it's like, it ain't going to be that. It is about letting go and accepting what comes and recognizes, as I said earlier, for your highest and best. It was something when we were in training, learning how to do these treatments, we would say for your highest and best, because we want that to be. And I think at this moment, that is something you can say. I know everything is occurring for my highest and best, even if you don't like it, because what it's doing is taking away the rigidity that is saying it's supposed to be this way. And the universe is saying, you have to let that go. No time for that. So let's just move into a treatment element here. I know in the power that is there for Jason, this is just a matter of breathing, relaxing, and allowing the beauty of your inner being, because the souls are so beautiful. We let go of the pain. We let go of the expectations. We let go of whatever we've been experiencing, and we accept the value and the beauty of the love source, or what, however you want to call God, however you perceive it. I don't mind. But it's like this, I just see this is about you accepting your place. Yes, you're looking at your soul movement, but you're really accepting your place. And your highest and best sometimes has to not be pleasant in order for you to acknowledge that, to let that go. And in letting it go, everything will just fall into place, John. Totally. And just, you have my love, you have my sense. And as I release this, I know your highest and best is activated right now with ease. So just be gentle with yourself, please. Gentle. No more hardship, no more blame, no more, I should know better. No more. Just relax. It's all part of the process. And I give thanks in the knowingness as I release all of this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Ashkaya says, hey, finally, my dear. Okay, let's see what we've got here. And I'm glad you made it on a Monday, because then I can look and see. Do you see my knees making a complete recovery? So as a person who has knee issues, I can empathize on that. Any timing? Okay, that might come up. I've been trying a lot of conventional and unconventional techniques, I bet. Okay. It's interesting because the person before had a 4, and you've got a 4 and a 6. I'm just trying to think of them on a different page. A 6 we've had 2 today. I look at that. It's so interesting. Life is really interesting that it brings certain people together with similar numbers sometimes, and I always look at that. And of course, 12 comes up a lot because it has to do with acceptance. I'm just checking in on your knees. I understand knees really well. It's a family issue in my world. A lot of us have that. I certainly do as well. But what I sense here from your numbers is that, I don't know, maybe you can put a yes or a no to this. It feels like you don't have much patience with letting things heal. You want them to heal now. And it just feels like a need of letting go of that, because all that does is bring more confusion to you. More, yeah, I know they're injured, but we're looking at your expectation of, I wake up tomorrow and everything's good. It's like when we want to heal something, we put love in it, we tell it it's great, and we see the bits growing back together the way they need to. But it's what I get, and I'm just saying what I get here, is that it's like you want an immediate healing. And what I see is, I just think that's confusing you, rather than accepting this is going to take time. And because you're pressuring your knees, yourself, the universal force, you're making it harder for yourself. That's what I see here. I'm not going to give any specific timing, because the sooner you relax and let those knees feel love. And I'm going to show you an exercise you can do with your hands. Your hands are healing hands for everybody, and especially if you know and are connected in some ways in a spiritual sense. Okay. So the palms here, as far as I'm concerned, that's where all my healing energy comes through when I do it. I've got Marae, my friend, is a really good healer. But it's like, so just rub your hands very gently and feel the pulses in your mid, and then begin to make a ball of energy. And after a while, you'll start off small, but then you'll begin to feel it. Oh, look at that. It's like, yeah, you can feel this ball of energy. Take that ball of energy and put it around your knees one at a time, and let your knees soak it up. because your knees are needing love. Your knees are needing to recognize that it is easier. So that I'm going to give you that little tip because it'll help. And anybody else who's watching, you're welcome to that one because it works. Now, but it doesn't work immediately. It works over time. So when you think it, just make a little energy ball and give it to the knees. Feel the knees soak it up. Feel the knees take the tension out. Like you can spread your hands out and stuff to spread the energy. So in treatment, what we would say is this: I know there is one power and one essence that everyone is connected to. And as they're connected to, they can embrace it and bring it inside and take it to those places that have tension or maybe not feeling so good. And it's allowing things to move through you and be part of that and know that all is well. And the vision of what you want can be acquired, can be achieved. Maybe not immediately. It's not like you're going to open up your eyes and everything is hunky-dory again. But the other thing I see here a little bit is that because you're wanting this to happen fast, is that you're not taking time. I have a saying that says, time is your friend. There's lots of time. And very often people don't want to have that. They want immediate. And that's what I think is with you. That's all. And I trust that that doesn't happen. So in the treatment element that I'm asking, in the force field of beingness, that you're given patience, you're given the love and the power of understanding how much you can do by recognizing that time is your friend and the energy of the universe is there in your own hands to help. I'm not saying don't do the other things. I'm saying use it when you're home. Use it and allow the energy to build up so you get stronger and stronger and stronger. So the knees will heal, and they will heal. But it's like you got to relax and allow that to happen instead of feeling, well, why isn't it better? Why isn't it doing this? Why isn't it doing that? Just watch the old thinking process. I truly helps as I release this thought, knowing that it's done, but now you have to play your part. And I give thanks that you're here, find me here again, and just breathe in the light, breathe in your favorite color, if you will, and let everything fall exactly where you want it. Okay. Jason E, thank you. And Isaiah says, mine run. Yeah, I know there, but we've all gone through that. I've had injured other places and injured stuff, but it's like you got to love it more because it's injured. Why did it get injured in the first place? I don't know. I think I've told this story here and you may not have heard it. When I first found out that I had melanoma cancer, I couldn't tell, why have I created this in my life? And so I went to my transformation sheet and said, well, where does this come from? And they showed me. Well, with my pendulum, they showed me. And what I found out was there was a deeper technique dealing with the subconscious that I hadn't tapped into yet. And they showed me how to change the actually pull out the whole program in the subconscious. I would not have found that if I had not got sick. And yes, I've had to be very patient with myself. I've had to really recognize energy and things like that myself as well. And it's understanding, and I have to just paraphrase a little bit, because my clients that have chosen to move, they've gone through a lot of what I call the basic transformation, and now they're able to do the deep, and I can pull the whole program. Different parts of their lives are working, and they're coming to me back and saying, well, that's working, but now I need to work more on this. Because programs often are like our fingers. There's many parts to them. They're not just a straight line. There's many aspects to it. So, there's just so much interest and so much awareness and growth that you can do through learning and things like that. So that is, yeah. And I think that we've got everybody. Where did I go? Oh, did I take myself out? No. What happened here? I can't see me, so you can't see me. So I should be here though. What? Oh, what did I do? Hang on, let's see. No. There I am. Hang on a minute. There we go. Sorry. I was just, see, you can make mistakes even when you don't want to. So I think everybody is covered here tonight. And obviously that's saying, hey, gal, come on. You've been, whatever. Anyway. I just want to say thank you again for anyone who is on that's subscribed. I appreciate that. And going forth on Wednesday, believe it or not, I've got a sheet here. One of the people have been following me went back to all my original videos, which I made 11 years ago. And on one of them, he wrote so many things in the comments that was wonderful. He made write nice comments. I appreciate your comments. And I went, this, I can't answer this from comments. Because when I start talking, I always know a little bit more. So anyway, on Wednesday, I am going to answer all this man's questions. And most of it has to do with metaphysical, but death and dying and where we go and, all sorts of bits and pieces. So I'm looking forward to that because I think it'll be fun for me. And I've got the list of the questions here and I can see why I said, I'm sorry, I can't answer all this. I'll do a whole talk on it because there's just so many questions. And so it gives me a good opportunity to do that. So that should be fun Wednesday. So if you've got Wednesday at 9:00, you can tune in and see what I'm doing or done or however. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in tonight and welcome. I trust you would push the like buttons, which I see many of you have. And also if you haven't subscribed, to please subscribe because that really helps the channel. And what else do I want to say? Just thank you. Be happy. Know and listen to different ones because the law, if I can talk about it as a law, it's basically the same for every person. And that we just all have to just deal with it as we go through. So blessings to everybody and have a good night. Have a good week. And I'll see you back here Monday, but also Wednesday and Sunday morning. And probably a couple more little ones that I've put out, little shorts that I've put out. So I'll keep doing that. I'm going to work on editing a little bit this time too. Anyway, blessings to all. Bye.